Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be talking about the new eyeshadow additions to the bundles Mystic Cove and Sea of Shadows from Devinah Cosmetics. So these launched a few months ago as bundles and as single eyeshadows, and I have a dedicated video on both of the collections and I will leave those videos down in the description box. So in this video I'm going to be focusing on just the new shades. So there are 2 new shades for the Sea of Shadows and then 3 new shades for the Mystic Cove. They also launched custom 9-pan eyeshadow palettes to correspond with these collections. So you can put all the shimmer shadows in these palettes, or you can use these palettes to create some custom color stories with some of the shadows. If you already have the shadows from the previous launch of these collections, then you can buy just the new shades and the empty palette. And I did create 2 custom palettes, one for each collection, pairing it with some of Devinah matte shadows. So I'm going to be using those for the looks. So let's get right into the swatch comparisons and then the 2 looks, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. Starting with Elphaba from Devinah onto the inner crease. Look at that pigmentation. Taking Candy onto the other half, and I'm just blending it all the way out into the outer corner. And just a little bit into the crease in the center right here. It's just going to mix with the green, which should be fine. And then just bringing it a little bit underneath my lower lash line. Next, I'm taking Karma and I'm just going to use it right against my outer corner. Just trying to keep it really controlled down here. And I'm just whipping off my brush, and then I'm going and taking that underneath my lower lash line. And just blending it out very slowly. Just adding a little bit more. And I'm actually going to pick up that blue on the brush and just blend these 2 together. And bringing it underneath my lower lash line as well. Wet my brush, I think, for this look, but I think with the other shades, I'm going to use a primer. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Fair & Pixie Epoxy. Look at this little baby! It's so tiny and cute. I love that it still has a doe foot applicator, even though it's the tiniest, babyest thing. I'm just going to tap it on my lid and then tap it with my finger, bringing it out a little bit onto the outer portion of my lid. Picked up Seaside Horizon on the Refer 21 brush. And it's going to go right onto the outer portion. Like kind of like center to outer. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit more. And then taking Calypso Shallows. That's going to go into the inner portion of my lid, getting a little bit of fallout. Hopefully I can just blend that away. And then taking the matte shade below as the inner corner highlight, using the matte, and then I'm going to bring it underneath my lower lash line as well. Onto the look with the Mystic Cove custom palette I created. I'm going to be going in with Devinah mattes. This first one is Courtney. And it's just going to go into my crease. And then taking Saudade, also from Devinah, onto the outer corner. Just first kind of laying it down, tapping it down. And then I'm going to go in with the previous brush and the previous shade. And just put that onto the outer corner, outer edge, blending it all out, bringing it underneath my lower lash line just a little bit. Just a tad, and then going back in with a little bit more. This super beautiful, grungy, grassy green. Bringing it underneath my lower lash line and just blending it out here. I'm going to go back in with a fluffy brush and just further blend it out here into almost kind of like a V shape. And then we're gonna go in with Echidna, and I'm so excited. It's so beautiful. I got a little bit of the black matte shadow on the corner there by accident. So I definitely think I want to use some sort of a tacky primer. So I'm gonna go in with the Fairy Pixie Epoxy, my little baby one again. And I tap that out a little bit. So I picked up Echidna on the Refer 21 brush. Are you ready for this? Because I don't know if I'm ready. Oh yes, that is so beautiful. It's got a little bit of flakiness to it, which is why I wanted to get that primer down first. I know that Deandra said in a live that they're actually working on a primer for the eyes, and I'm so excited, and a brush set for small hooded eyes, so I'm really excited to see that. First, I'm going to talk about the Sea of Shadows. Now, this is my custom palette. I will put all the mattes by row in the description in case you're interested in any of these matte shadows as well, if you will be placing an order. And I do have a non-affiliated code with Devinah. I believe it will not work on these metallic shadows with the bundle, but it will work on the matte shadows. I think the two new shades are a great addition. I was very happy to see how unique these are to my collection. I think I'll probably be gravitating more towards the purple than the blue, but that's just my personal preference. These feel very smooth, really beautiful, no skin texture accentuation with any of those shadows. So onto the Mystic Cove. So these three are multi-chromes and the other two shades are just dual chromes. So these are more expensive. And these are just so stunning. Specifically, these two shades are absolutely, definitely my favorites from this collection. But just in general, this formula, and I talked about this in my video dedicated to the original launch of the Mystic Cove, that I love this formula. I would definitely see myself reaching for this formula than some other similar shadows that I have to these shades from other brands. It's just such a beautiful, buttery formula. They are just a little bit flaky, but they smooth out absolutely beautifully. Same with the other shades. Though I think that these have a little bit more texture slash kick up than the other shimmer shades, than the shades from the Sea of Shadows, but these are just absolutely stunning. I'm very excited about these shades. I didn't get to use them all in this video, so stay tuned for an Instagram reel. I will definitely be featuring one of the two shades that I didn't use in there. I am very excited to see Devinah do a little 9-pan empty palette that does have holes for the eyeshadows. I feel like there's something about it having the holes for the eyeshadows versus just like an empty palette with just a magnetic space inside. And I did really enjoy the looks that I got with the Devinah mattes that I have in my collection. I do think in my rather large collection, these two are the most unique. I think this one is a little bit similar to some other shadows that I have in my collection, which you saw in the comparison swatches. Let me know in the comments below if you picked up this extension, if you picked up the whole bundle, or you just picked and chose some shades that really spoke to you. I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's everything for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.